and power. This is your brother Maitreya Sec. And I have one simple question. Is Pan-Africanism dead? Is it dead? I tried to go live, but my account is restricted. It stayed restricted. It's supposed to be restricted for 4 days, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a quick video. I can talk more about the subject further in other videos, but I'm just gonna keep this one quick because I don't know how much memory I have on my phone. But the question is Pan-Africanism dead? And I'm gonna give my opinion. That's all I can do is just give my opinion. But in my opinion, no, Pan-Africanism is not dead. But I will say this: we Black Americans, African Americans, foundational Black Americans, freedmen. I don't like using ADOS, but I'll throw that in there too. Whatever you want to call us, the blacks indigenous to this land of the United States, we are the gatekeepers of Pan-Africanism. Okay, Marcus Garvey came to America for a reason. He came to America because his program wasn't jumping off in Jamaica. He didn't get a massive amount of support in Jamaica like he did here. Us Black Americans, we always are on the Pan-Africanism tip. We were always in support of our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to come here. We always throw on the cape for everybody else except our own group. So I am a Pan-Africanist, don't get me wrong, but I choose to delineate, and this is why. I choose to delineate from Pan-Africanism and from all of that because, to me, so far Pan-Africanism has only been a one-way street. It has only been beneficial to one side, and that side is not us. That side is not ours, the Black Americans. You know, in the 1950s and 60s, you know, we started putting on dashikis and growing our afros and changing our names from Tyrone to Mustafa and Akbar and all these things. We throw up the black fist back in the 60s. We were saying Black Power. We was out there fighting against our corrupt government. We were fighting for immigration reform for our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to come here to this country and to thrive like we have been. In doing that, we did that because our idea was that we were going to have Black allies from other parts of the country. This is what we thought. But once the immigrants started flooding in, we saw that just simply wasn't the case. These immigrants from, you know, different parts of Africa, from the Caribbean, from Haiti, wherever. When they get here, a lot of them kind of just go off to themselves and form their own little groups in their own little enclaves. And they do not include us. They don't include Black Americans. Don't tell me that I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not lying. You know that this is true. People know that this is true. They come in and they form their little enclaves to themselves. They stick to themselves. They barely do business with us or work with us or anything like that. The true Pan-Africanists, they're still in Africa. They're not going to be able to come here to this country. So we travel to Africa, not in abroad, but a few of us here and there. You know, we go, we get our money up, we go to Africa, we visit, you know, stuff like that. We drop money off, we invest, we buy things, we spend money, we become tourists. Okay? They get our very best, but we get the very worst. We get the coons. We get the cutthroats. We get the people who are used to stabbing each other in the back. We get the people who are dead set on tribalism. These people are tribalists, okay? They don't give a, these people don't give a fuck about Pan-Africanism, all right? Black Americans are the only people who care about Pan-Africanism. That's why Marcus Garvey had to come to the United States. That's why he had to bring his program to the United States, because he didn't get no support in Jamaica. And he was ostracized. So that goes to show that we, Black Americans, FBA, are the gatekeepers of that RBG. We are the gatekeepers of Pan-Africanism. But it's also becoming problematic too. The older Pan-Africanists, like the people like in what you call it, in Cobra and all of these people, is muddying the waters of our reparations movement to try to be put on the cape for everybody and bring on everybody. And now there's about to be a reparations hearing in a couple of months or whatever. You're supposed to have Sheila Jackson Lee, who's of Jamaican descent. You're supposed to have people like Danny Glover. He already spoke against reparations, so why? He had already said that reparations don't need to be in the form of a check. Why is he speaking? Akon. The Akon is going to speak on us, Black Americans. Akon is going to speak on our reparations. This is the same man who told us we need to get over slavery. You got people calling us akatas, calling us lazy, saying that they come here and do better than us, they work harder than us. I'm supposed to do some Pan-Africanism with that? I'm supposed to work with people like that? Granted, you have some people who are cool, who are writers, who understand the plight of the Black American man, and they come here and they join with us, and I respect that, and I respect them. And no, I am not anti-African, okay? But I do realize that my lineage is here in America. My ancestors built this country, okay? Now, do I have ancestry that goes back into Africa? Yes, I do. Ancient, though. It's ancient. It's far removed. I'm more, my ancestry, it has been here since the 1800s. I can even trace some of that to the 1700s. So, is Pan-Africanism dead? No, it's not dead, but us African Americans, foundational Black Americans, we are the gatekeepers of it. And until the other Africans in the diaspora get on code and stop trying to compete with us and fight against us and all of this, then we are delineating until people get some act right. Until then, fight your own battles, hold your own nuts. You know, Africans are real big on tribalism. So the FBA movement is nothing but us claiming our tribe. That's it. It's just a tribe. We're practicing tribalism too. So I believe in Pan-Africanism, and I believe that the dream is still there. We just need to get our shit together and get some act right going here. Okay? We don't need no more coons. You know, I don't want to get this video to get blocked or spam. But we don't need more people who are not for our best interests. Let me just put it that way. Immigrating to this country, and undermining our movement, undermining our reparations movement, and things of that nature. It's not helping us. I'm for closed borders. I want the borders closed. I think we got enough immigrants. I think enough people immigrated here. I think they're getting enough of our tax dollars that we work hard for. Enough is enough. So, Pan-Africanism is not dead, but it's the Black Americans who are holding that flag high. No one else. You're not going to see large groups of Pan-Africanists. You're not going to see it in Africa or anywhere else in the diaspora. Not like you see it here in America. We put on the capes for everybody. We fight for everybody. But when it's time for us to fight, you know, all you gun clubs, gun groups, name me 2 Africans that's in your gun groups. I'll wait. They're not even in our gun clubs, in our gun groups. They come here and they delineate away from us. We're not being the separatists. They've been separating themselves from us. And I know that y'all know that. I live in Houston, Texas, and I've worked with people from the diaspora for years. I worked at the same job for 10 years, and it's mostly immigrants. And believe me when I tell you, I've had conversations with a lot of these people, and when a lot of them open their mouth, they don't sound no different than goddamn Fox News. They don't sound no different than Fox News. The blacks are lazy. The blacks commit 50% of the crime, even though they're 13% of the population. I mean, I listen to them. They talk these talking points. A lot of them. You may have one or two who get with the program and they assimilate well into Black American culture, and they're not for all that. They call their people out. But for the most part, they do not call each other out. We call out our... We call them out. We call out our race traitors and we ostracize them from the community. But Africans do not. Haitians do not. Yeah, we you know, like I made a comment a few months back when the Haitians were trying to cross over the border and they was getting whipped on horseback and shit. I said, man, I would put the cape on for them Haitians if it was 1,000 ozones. If it was 1,000 ozones out there trying to cross the border, then goddamn right, I'll put my cape on for them. But it's not. You're going to have them come over here and talk about something. Nigga, you lazy. You lazy nigga. Just go to whack. Go to whack. And we the hardest working. We don't become the richest black group in America. You don't become the richest black group in the world by being lazy. You don't. We're not lazy. Okay? But a lot of them choose to believe that narrative that the white man has given them. And they take it and they run with it. And they come here and eat off of our backs, off of our labor, and off of our blood, sweat, and tears, and getting bust upside the head, getting shot, getting killed, getting murdered, getting dogs sicked on us, getting sprayed with water hoses, fighting for immigration rights and fighting for other civil rights, and to have other blacks just to come here and shit on us. No. I'm not putting on the cape no more. So I choose to delineate. Although I am still Pan-Africanism and I'm still rock my red, black, and green, I'm doing that because I can. Because we are the gatekeepers of Pan-Africanism. Black Americans, FBA, are the gatekeepers of the red, black, and green. And we can talk more about this, but like I said, I can't go live because I'm restricted. Peace and power. We'll talk more about this at a later date.